markets, with Bitcoin specifically, have been known as incredible markets for trend following strategies. In this video, we are going to talk about an extremely popular trend following tool called the Moving Average Convergence Divergence, otherwise known as the MACD indicator. Today we're joined by Ryan, known as Countering Clark on Twitter, to talk about the MACD. Before we start, please click on the like button, subscribe to our channel, turn on the alerts, and share this video with your friends. If you have any questions about the MACD or other crypto-related topics, let us know in the comments. Let's start. Hi Ryan, nice to see you. Can you tell us something about the MACD indicator?
Yeah, Victoria. So in its default form, it's a trend and momentum indicator that plots the relationship between the 12-period EMA, which is an exponential moving average, and a 26-period EMA. It then applies a 9-period EMA to this value. So convergence and divergence refer to when the 12 and the 26 EMAs are moving closer together or further apart. And the signal line, or the 9-period moving average of this value, gives us buy or sell signals depending on whether it's crossing above or below the MACD. So I'll show you an image. We have a Bitcoin chart with the 12-period EMA plotted in red and a 26-period EMA plotted in black. At the bottom of the chart, you can see the MACD indicator. So the blue line is the MACD line, or MACD line, which is the 26-period minus the 12 EMA. So this value is then plotted to give us a representation of how far the moving averages are spaced apart. The idea is that a trend that is picking up in momentum will result in the moving averages diverging from each other, so they're spreading apart. And the opposite for a trend that is losing steam, so they'll be converging together. The golden line is the signal line, which gives us an idea of what the trend has been for the MACD values. So as you can see, there's a histogram plotted on the chart as well. The histogram represents the distance between the MACD line, which is in blue, and the signal line, which is in gold. The convergence and divergence between the MACD line and the signal line are clearly seen in the histogram and can be used to help crypto traders identify bullish or bearish momentum.
Oh yeah, that's a very good introduction. So how can we use the MACD indicator in crypto trading?
So there are a few different ways we could look at the MACD indicator. So one, we could look at the zero line. For one thing, the MACD will spend much of its time favoring the values above the zero line during bullish market environments and below during bearish market environments. So this is like the concept of the 50 line for the RSI that we went over. So at first glance, the MACD can be used to get a higher up view as to what the general market direction is.
Oh yeah, and for these users who are not familiar with the RSI, you can watch the video we published previously.
Yeah, so here's another way to show you how we can use the MACD as a simple trend following tool to identify good entries and exits for higher time frame trends. Now the reason I say higher time frame is because we normally see more false signals on the lower time frame as a result of choppier behavior. So this is also why the MACD is not as effective in ranging environments. So if we're looking at the daily crypto chart and see that after putting in some type of bottoming structure and that price is now moving upward and the signal line has crossed from under the MACD line to the above portion of the chart, and they're both trading above the zero line, then this may be a good signal to long the asset. On the other hand, if price has been in a sustained uptrend and it's formed some type of topping pattern and now the signal line is consistently maintaining position below the MACD line, it may be time to consider selling the position or consider shorting the market. The simple crossover with substantiating evidence of a topping pattern are more often than not a good time to act alone without necessarily crossing the zero line, because market reversals tend to occur to the downside rather quickly and do not often allow for a smooth entry. One last common way that traders can use the MACD is similar to how they use the RSI. So if we have a trend that has continued upward, printing higher highs in price action, but lower highs in the MACD, or lower lows in the MACD, but higher lows in price action, this may be a case for a divergence in momentum.
Can you give us any examples?
Of course. So we can see that although price made a higher high, the MACD indicator made a lower high. This is a sign, though not enough to act on alone, that buyers in this case may be losing momentum. Many crypto traders use this with other strong evidence to make a case for either taking profit, opening a position in the opposite direction, or if anything, just to keep a closer eye on the trend.
That's pretty cool, and it can help us a lot when we're trading.
That's right, but there is still something you need to pay attention to. The MACD, just like any other technical indicator based on price, is a lagging indicator that gives us a smoothed out representation of the current trend and momentum. So if acted on alone, its frequent false signals may lead to many incorrect actions. So combined with other crypto analysis and indicators, it can be a very useful tool to use though. The most common method of using the tool is actually partnering with the RSI, or Relative Strength Index. So experiment and see what kind of feedback you get, and remember, all tools can work with the proper application.
Thank you so much, Ryan, for this introduction to MACD.
Thanks for having me.
And if you still don't have a Phemex account and you would like to start trading now, just go to the link in the description, create an account and get a 7-day free premium membership trial and a special YouTube-only followers trading bonus. To learn more about Phemex and cryptocurrencies, click on the left box. And if you are new to the crypto world and would like to know more, have a look at the videos on the right side for some of the Phemex user tutorials. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.